Hare Krishna, welcome to Rajpur, or I could also say welcome to Jagannath Puri, because in Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that this area of Jagannath Mandir on the island of Simantini is non-different from Jagannath Puri. And all the blessings you are getting when you visit Jagannath Puri, you also get when you visit this place here in Navadvip. So, did you know that actually Lord Jagannath from Jagannath Puri came personally here to this area? It was in the 7th century that an kind of evil king ruled in the area of Jagannath Puri. His name was Raktabahu. And Raktabahu wanted to destroy the temples, he wanted to destroy the deities, and of course the priests in the Jagannath Mandir, they didn't want to allow this. So they were taking shelter at the lotus feet of Jagannath. They were praying, "My dear Lord Jagannath, what should we do? We cannot let it happen. We cannot let it happen that your temple is destroyed. We cannot let it happen that you are getting destroyed." So after the prayers during the night, one priest had a dream. He dreamed that Jagannath came and told him, "Don't worry, I cannot be destroyed, neither I can be destroyed, nor my temples can be destroyed, but for the sake of a pastime, let's have a runaway pastime. You can take me out of the temple, go on a back path through the jungle, and nothing will happen to you. Raktabahu will not catch you, he will not catch me. So you will be safe and I will be safe." After this dream, the priest, of course, woke up and immediately arranged everything. He arranged that Jagannath will be well taken care of during this journey. They prepared everything what they needed, and the day after, really they left. They left Jagannath Puri temple. They took Jagannath and went through the jungle for several days. And it is said that finally, when they came to this area here, Jagannath told the priest that he wanted to stop here and he wanted to stay here. So everything was arranged, a temple was erected. The people who were taking care of Jagannath during this journey, they settled also down in a nearby village. And this time, in the 7th century, the original Jagannath deity from Jagannath Puri came here and he never left again. Well, of course, time passed and the deity, the external form of the deity vanished. The temple which was erected also vanished with time. But it is said that this original spirit of Jagannath never went. So it is still here. Then it was in the 16th century, the time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. During the time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will know he was born in this area of Navadvip. Very close is Yogapit, his birthplace. And he had a lot of association, of course, with the devotees here. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his later years went to Jagannath Puri for his last years, also he left his body in Jagannath Puri, the devotees from this area, every year, they made a pilgrimage from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri. You have to imagine, these are 900 kilometers. So these devotees were every year going on their journey to Jagannath Puri to visit, first of all, of course, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath. So there was one devotee, Jagadish Ganguly, who also went on this pilgrimage every year, but one year he got very, very sick, and in cause of this sickness he lost his eyesight. He got blind, he couldn't see anymore. He realized he would never see Jagannath again, and he realized he would never be able to see Lord Chaitanya again. When he realized this, he was really, really devastated, and he was really, really morose and sad. And on top of all of this, the devotees also said, "My dear, Jagadish Ganguly, we cannot take you this year on our pilgrimage to Jagannath Puri because it is way too dangerous that you are doing this pilgrimage in your condition. You're blind and we cannot take properly care of you. So they didn't take him. He had to stay here and the devotees left. You can imagine how morose Jagadish Ganguly must have been. He even thought of committing suicide, but obviously he didn't do it. But he was crying day and night in separation of Lord Jagannath and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then, again, a dream. Lord Jagannath likes to appear in dreams, like we may hear more often in this video. So again, Jagadish Ganguly had a dream. Jagannath appeared to him and he said, when you take your morning bath tomorrow morning in Ganga, you will be touched by a log. This log, when this log touches you, you will get your eyesight back. You will not be blind anymore. Then you have to catch this log and bring this log to a special carpenter. Confirmed. You have to bring this log to a special carpenter, and Jagannath explained in detail which carpenter it was, where he could be found, in which village it could be found. And but there was one problem. This carpenter had the leprosy disease, and Jagannath also told him that of course, the task was that the carpenter should carve the form of Jagannath from this log. But he said, this carpenter will refuse because of this leprosy disease. But you have to get him to do it. You have to convince him that he will carve the form of me, of Jagannath, out of this log. So when Jagadish Ganguly woke up, he couldn't wait to take his morning bath, of course. He didn't know, was it true, was it not true? He had his feelings about this dream, and he rushed to his morning bath. He went to the Ganga. He took his dip 3 times, and just when he emerged, really it happened. A log hit him on the back, and he got his eyesight back. Jagadish Ganguly was happy like anything. He grabbed the log, dragged it out and rushed to the village. We have like a fountain now behind us. This is really almost never on, only today, especially for us. Is it okay or should we, yeah? Okay, so he took the log out of the Ganga. He took it to the carpenter. He found the carpenter, of course, and told to him what happened. He had this dream. Jagannath told him this log would come. He would get his eyesight back, and this is what really happened. And Jagannath had told him, if you carve out of this log Jagannath deity, then you will also be healthy again. Your leprosy will be gone. The carpenter said, how should I do this? I cannot even hold the tools. His leprosy was really very, very worse. His fingers were bleeding, pus came out, the fingers were deformed, and you can imagine just when you have a cut on your finger, the days after you still feel like you cannot really move it and it's painful and hurts. And his hands were bleeding and injured. So he really had a lot of pain just to hold tools. What to speak of carving a deity out of a log. So he really said, no, I cannot do this. But Jagadish Ganguly, he was determined, and he convinced this carpenter to at least try. So the carpenter tried very slowly. He wanted to give up several times. But finally, the deity of Jagannath was finished, and really the leprosy was cured. And, my dear ladies and gentlemen, this is the exact deity you can see now here in Jagannath Mandir. It is the exact deity this carpenter formed during the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again, Jagannath came in Jagadish Ganguly's dream and said, please cut from this area 2 neem trees, and the same carpenter should also now carve Baladev and Subhadra from these neem trees. And so it happened that Baladev and Subhadra came also here. They also original from the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But during the lifetime of Jagadish Ganguly, the cholera broke out and killed the entire family of Jagadish Ganguly. And when the villagers heard about this outbreak of cholera, you may know cholera is a very wide-spreading, quick-spreading disease, so they fled. They just left Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra here behind alone, and they just fled from this disease. And for several centuries, they were now alone. The temple, which was built by Jagadish Ganguly, slowly was falling apart, and the jungle took over again. So it was now a jungle area and with ruins. Slowly, villagers settled back to the area, but they always avoided this particular area here because they could hear like some whispers of, give me something to drink, rescue me, I'm here, give me something to drink. So the villagers thought this place were like haunted, and they didn't dare to come here. It was deep jungle. There were for sure some poisonous snakes and this strange whispers. So it was for sure a haunted place, they were thinking, and there was no way they were going there. Until a small boy, young boy, Jaimini was his name. He went the nearby pass, he came along the nearby pass, and suddenly, it was the year 1958, and a bamboo just crashed down right in front of him. Because it was near this area, he was thinking, oh my God, the ghosts are coming, and he was so scared that he fainted. After he fainted, he heard these voices again, and this voice said to him that he is Jagannath, and he is here in this form, in these ruins, hidden. Jaimini, the small boy Jaimini, after all this had happened to him, after he clearly had heard this voice and was actually convinced that it was the voice of Jagannath, informed the person who belonged this area to. And a small group of men was formed, and together they, like with their machets, came here and cleared the area. So they were fighting through the jungle and went into the ruins, and really they found the 500-year-old Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. And it is said that even Jagannath was under a termite hill, but the termites had not bitten or eaten Jagannath at all. Just Baladev and Subhadra were slightly damaged, but they could be fixed as well. And so the worship started again. The person this area belonged to erected again a small temple and started the worship. So, but why is it now belonging to ISKCON? Because the priest who was worshipping the end of the 50s, he became old and he couldn't do the worship anymore. And you may know, in 1972, Srila Prabhupada got some land here in Mayapur, and headquarters of ISKCON came here to Sridham Mayapur. And this priest, in 1979, he asked ISKCON to take over this land and take over the worship of Lord Jagannath. And he gave this area plus the deities to ISKCON as well. And this is why Jagannath is today worshipped by ISKCON. And then actually the miracles happen. There is this, I may show you, there is this wonderful book of Lord Jagannath in Rajpur. Maybe when you see this video, you can order somewhere. It tells all these pastimes I just told you. It tells all the past and many more recent pastimes also. Pastimes then what happened to the devotees who are like praying to Jagannath. What happened even to devotees in after the 2000s. So it's really, really worth it. And I can tell you that much, that Jagannath here in Rajpur is really alive, and he reciprocates with his devotees, and especially also with the pujaris who worship him. Maybe just one more little story. In the transition phase, when it just became ISKCON land, the contracts were not really settled. So the previous owner wanted to give it to ISKCON, but not everything was already like settled in contract. So Jayapataka Maharaj said, don't start the worship until everything is like fully clear. But he didn't know that the pujari had already started to offer some, or to bring some food from Mayapur actually, to offer it to the deities. So then after Jayapataka Maharaj had said that, he stopped. But then this pujari again had a dream, and in this dream Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra were climbing the walls and were running away. They were like, the priest was running behind them and shouting. The pujari was running, where are you going? What are you doing? And Jagannath just turned around, we're going to ISKCON Chandrodaya Mandir, there's some food, but you don't give us anything anymore. So then this pujari told Jayapataka Maharaj what he had dreamed, and Jagannath revealed him and that he was hungry. And of course, when Jayapataka Maharaj heard that, he said, I didn't know you had already started, please continue the worship. Or later, when Giriraj Shila came here, then again Jagannath came in a dream to the pujari and said, you know, since this Giriraj is here, he's eating all our food. He's not even waiting until the offering prayers are finished. Just when the plate comes, he's eating everything. You have to do something about this. He's such a rascal, he doesn't give us anything anymore. So after this dream, it was arranged that Giriraj is getting his own plate so that Jagannath gets his proper offering. Also, in the book I just showed you, there are many small stories how devotees prayed to Lord Jagannath, how they made also like small deals. Jagannath really likes to make deals with his devotees, and how very quickly Jagannath responded to their prayers. So I hope this gave you a little glimpse into this area of Rajpur and this area of Jagannath Mandir. Yeah. Hare Krishna.